Hey everyone, welcome back to 996. The Howl Utah Hockey Club loses 4-1 to their mountain rivals, the Colorado Avalanche, albeit two of those goals were empty netters. So really a close one goal game for the Utah Hockey Club. Some housekeeping. If you missed it in the previous video, we should get Lamoureux back in the lineup in about 2 weeks. And John Marino is slated to come back February 1st. Sean Dursey, unfortunately, will be out for the rest of the season, although Bill Armstrong didn't really clarify if he meant playoffs as well. I think this is one of those games where, with a healthy lineup, I think Utah probably gets away with a point, but it's getting to a point now where there's some games you could see throughout the schedule where, you know what, if they just have had a little bit more in their lineup on their roster, they could have really grabbed and stole a couple points here. But let's get into this game. The first 5 minutes, pretty low event. Both teams, a lot of energy, a lot of skating, but not a lot of high danger chances for either team. Utah, an early penalty kill. They kill it off. It's a high danger power play in the Avalanche, and they managed to get 4 shots on goal on that power play. Utah in the first period, much better than the second. They had a lot of good dangerous chances, but the puck wasn't going on net. Either they were missing the net or the Colorado defensemen were breaking up a lot of good chances, but they're creating chances, just not converting on those chances. Utah had a power play in that first period. It took them about a minute to actually set up the power play, and then when PP2 came out on the ice, they looked actually better than the first power play unit. Colorado in that first period, way more sustained offensive zone pressure. It seemed like Utah was a bit struggling to maintain O-zone pressure. They did manage to enter the zone a lot, just couldn't really possess and hold on to it in the Colorado defensive zone. They're outshot 14-11 in that first period, Utah was. So let's get into the second period. They're tied 0-0. Maybe a bit of a feeling out with each other in that first period, and Utah should get it going in this second period. They don't. I think the Avalanche really took over the game in this second period, much like Utah against Dallas earlier in the week. That game seemed like 4 weeks ago now, but that second period against Dallas was really, really bad. Lost the game, and here not as bad, but you can see the Avalanche starting to overpower, outshoot Utah. Even at the end of the second period, Colorado was out-hitting Utah as well. So when you're facing a team who has a possession, has the shots, has the momentum, and is out-hitting you, at least you got to out-hit the team. If they're holding on to the puck for so much of the hockey game, they shouldn't be hitting, yet the Avalanche was out-hitting Utah by more than half by the end of that second period. But in that second period, the first beginning of that second period, the second line had a lot of good chances. They had a full shift in the O-zone. Dylan Guenther tried to do the Michigan goal, the lacrosse goal. He gets denied, doesn't really execute it well. Vejmelka denies McKinnon all alone in front. McKinnon, the leading goal scorer, point leader, probably not goal scorer, probably point leader in the NHL. And McKinnon was all alone in front of Veggie, and he makes the save. You hear the Delta Center chant Veggie, Veggie. Probably Veggie loved to hear that. Carcone himself had a chance all alone in front of the goaltender Blackwood, all alone in front. Couldn't convert on it, misses a net high and wide. And then 8 minutes left in the second, the Avalanche scored to make it 1-0. There's good defensive coverage in front of Veggie, but no one is getting the stick of the player who scores, which was Lehkonen. Like, you had 3 Utah defenders right there, suffocating that Avs player, but they just didn't get his stick. And the puck, a great pass from McKinnon, hits the guy's stick, goes in the net. Avalanche continued to overpower Utah even after getting that early lead. There was a fight late in that second period between Hayden and McKinnon. Not really a fight, just a scrum. 2 big boys, big Canadian boys, just going at it. Not really a intimidating fight, just, some mean stuff between 2 players. The good thing was McKinnon was off the ice for 5 minutes from the second period, transitioning into the third period. And that's when Utah really woke up, really took over this game, was in that third period, probably because McKinnon couldn't play for about 5 minutes, and Utah ties it up 2.5 minutes into the third on a power play. Nick Schmaltz, a great net front presence tip from a Sergachev shot, and Logan Cooley also gets the assist on that. We're tied 1-1 in the third, and Utah was getting it going. They looked so much better in that third period, just generating chances, throwing pucks on net, a lot of point shots, a lot of offensive pressure, a couple great looks as well. Lawson Krause had a great chance in the slot area, just shot it right into the chest of Blackwood, but they were generating, but they couldn't really execute and get the puck passage. We're all waiting for it. We're all waiting for that moment for Utah to break the tie, lead it 2-1, and escape with 2 points. You could feel it. They had it. But against momentum, the Avalanche just sort of got away with the game, and they scored to make it 2-1, 5 minutes left, the game-winning goal. Lehkonen scores again, and he's literally all alone in front. In the first goal, he had 3 guys on him. On the second goal, all alone in front in the crease area. On the replay, you don't even see a Utah defender anywhere near the goal scorer. He's all alone in Vejmelka, gets his own rebound, puts it past him, and then they get 2 empty netters. And that's game. They lose in regulation 4-1. Playoff picture not looking too great. They got a back-to-back Monday and Tuesday, which kicks off a 4-game road trip during the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day transition. And then they got the big 7-game homestand, which is definitely going to decide the season. I think those 7 games at the Delta Center, if they come out of it on top, I think they'll make the playoffs. If they fall behind the 8 ball, I think that's it for the playoff hopes. That's going to be a huge chunk of the season in January, where they play 9 games at home out of 14 total games. Shots on goal, they kept up with the Avalanche, 37-35. They were outshot. They had 17 shots in that third period. Power play, 1 for 3. It could have been a little bit better on those first 2 power plays. PK perfect, 2 for 2, and face-offs 52%. So we'll get back at it Monday night on the road in Seattle, I believe. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the voice. If you like what you see, spread the word. And as always, thank you for your support.